Hello, good evening, and welcome to Sunday News Special. My name is Mercy Ekere.
And I am Ufot Uduakan. Good evening.
And we're excited to know you've been able to join us on another edition of the program. It promises to be informative, promises to be entertaining, promises to be enlightening. All we've packaged for you tonight is just to make your Sunday night a beautiful one.
Yes, you employ to sit tight and enjoy what we have for you tonight.
All right, we'll quickly take a look at the headlines from our package tonight. Governor Moino sends Senatorial District thank you tour and Senatorial District thank you tours with your Senatorial District calls for unity.
Akwa Ibom State Government restate commitment to security in Niger Delta region.
Hydration, detoxification and antioxidation. Experts outlines benefits of coconut water. That's a package tonight, plus other stories. We want you to stay with us all through our stay here. Alright, we begin tonight by telling you that the promise by the state government to construct model primary schools across the state is gathering momentum as the governor inspected the Christ the King Primary School, Wellington Bassey Way, Uyo. Governor Moino, who made a step over at the school where work is ongoing, expressed optimism that the job will be completed on scheduled time. Our Government House reporter, Patience John, tells us more.
Expressing his satisfaction at the pace of work while inspecting sections in the school premises, the governor said that the construction of the model school is to encourage qualitative education starting from primary school. He thanked the construction firm UNK for the job done so far and urged them to put in more efforts to meet the deadline for completion.
The retreat we just came back from was all about speak to ourselves, to know that we can realize everything. I don't see a child that will not want to come to a school like this. When you talk of, high level of children not going to school, it's not a school like this. The child will be dreaming of schooling here. So that's what I think Akwa Ibom deserves, and that's what we'll get. Across the length and breadth of this state, as much as God gives us grace, gives us the fund, we will continue to invest in education, health, tourism, everything you think we can do for agriculture. We'll continue to pursue the Arise agenda. I feel happy, and the contractor is working to time. He had 12 weeks. This is the 8th week. And we pray that there will be good weather so he can wrap up.
The governor equally made a step over at the Primary Health Center, Wellington Bassey Way, where he shared happy hour with staff, patients, and those who lived in the neighborhood. Patience John, AKBC News.
All right, Governor Moino there, he stopped over to check the school where work is ongoing. All right, we can recall that sometime in July, the governor had made a stop at the school, and there were some pronouncements made that the school will be remodeled to befit, its location, and having, it's close to Government House. So that's Governor Moino there, keeping to his promise. Governor Moino has also promised that he will build same model schools in all the 10 federal constituencies of Akwa Ibom State. That's right. There will be one of such at the that for now. There will be one of such in every constituency in Akwa Ibom State, in every federal constituency of Akwa Ibom State.
Yes, when you talked about providing such model schools in the 3 senatorial district, you made mention of this one being close to government. I wanted to mention that all others would not be close to government house, or rather it would be in the 3 senatorial district. And what we expect after the school had been commissioned is for the property there to be adequately maintained in order for the essence of the provision of that material or the equipment to be.
That's right. People within that community should take it as their own. You know, ensure it is safeguarded, ensure it's not vandalized, and all of that. So.
Yes, and you know what interests me most is the aesthetics there. I think I've been able to walk around there and see what the government is doing, and I must commend the government for that. And we should encourage such developments.
I can imagine the influx of pupils when that school is completed.
And don't forget, we may have some other pupils rejecting other schools to be able to attend to that one.
All right.
Now let's take the next story here. Are you looking for detoxifier, an energy booster, a good source of hydration, or antioxidants? Then search no more, because coconut water can provide all these and more. According to experts, a tender coconut water, apart from being a refreshing beverage, can also be used as an intervention fluid in emergencies. So, since it is believed that coconut water is extremely good for the body, a poll in this report decided to seek the opinions of experts on the benefits and risks of consuming coconut water. Take a look.
Coconut is very beneficial to man. Little wonder biblical scripture refers to it as the tree of life. Every part of the coconut has economic and nutritional value, but the fruit has more benefits. For example, it is used in cooking various traditional and intercontinental dishes, or are consumed with other delicacies as snacks. The water inside the fruit is said to be the magic of transformation. Liquid inside the young coconut sometimes preferred to other liquids. The reason, perhaps, coconut water from young green coconut is also known as buko juice in Philippines. To many, coconut water is a great beverage rich in minerals, electrolytes, antioxidants. It boosts energy, prevents fatigue and dehydration, assists in weight loss, reduces added sugar intake, reduces blood pressure and stroke risk, and also helps in hangovers. To them, there is almost nothing that is as nourishing as cooling off with a fresh coconut water when exhausted, tired, worn out, or thirsty.
Like me, I like to use it with dairy. Especially when you are very weak, you regain strength. I think I'm tired of breathing. Not that I want to dairy, and I'm using it to use sugar. Not that sugar, if I never give them. I will soak the dairy, then I will pour the first water before I attach the next water. I use it to use dairy. I also drink it normal.
Experts say coconut water, especially from green tender coconuts, can lower salt levels in the body, is very safe for children, good in athletes' performance, rich in vitamins, and can prevent urinary tract infection.
In traditional Ayurvedic medicine, coconut water is believed to help digestion, urination, and even semen production. Coconut water contains antioxidants that protect your cells from damage caused by free radicals, low in calories. With only 45 calories in a cup, coconut water is a great substitute for higher calorie drinks like sodas or juice.
So, what are facts people have about coconut water?
The way sister get the okay, mine will be for 8 years. She's a very fun, so he can doctor in my use and more so with lambs. So they will keep it at the clinic and guys in a trainer. Oh, penny BPM and he step down. A person like me, I've been not even Bakara. You are a man you need to do to him. You see more months and get one to if Yandong. You want for queen or more tassi. It's very well.
Me, I use it mostly for, I use it once in a while for malaria. I mix it with lime.
Used to revive people's swell. Even mix came pumpkin, T-Box, in another.
I said the medicine my energy, but the perform out of extra energy. Yeah, but the water. Now it's up my car, I don't drip. No one could know them like it. I miss you. I go back.
Selling of coconut liquid is business line. How lucrative is it? And why are there so many vendors these days?
Good business. I also told myself I'm more better, you know, or forget them. So when you're not afraid, maybe it is an okay name. Then I saw some of what now I need it. You pay 3 million transport to your full limit. A banging on your song, so I don't call the pocket.
Coconut water is rich in manganese. It is also rich in potassium. The reason people with kidney problems are asked to keep away, as the consumption of the coconut water can cause stagnation of potassium in the body. Those who have surgeries, pregnant and nursing mothers, are also advised to consult their doctors before drinking coconut water.
Even coconut water can cause health problems.
People on certain medications that can elevate the potassium. Some people who have naturally higher levels of potassium. Some people who have stomach issues may be a little bit more sensitive to high potassium.
Also, coconut water is low in calories, sugar, and carbs, unlike other sugary juices and sodas. In fact, it is said to be used in managing diabetes and also decreases the risk of various heart diseases. It is important not to confuse coconut water with coconut milk or oil, as the three are different and play different roles in humans. Though coconut water is known as a magic drink of nature with countless health benefits, it is still advisable to drink in moderation, and while drinking, pay attention to what your body can take. Coconut remains a tree of life, but you are entitled to your opinion though. So, if you go for it, drink it fresh and enjoy yourself. Eyagenopo, KBC News.
All right, all the benefits of consuming coconut and all, in its entirety, from the water to the flesh. And we all know that even the shell has some value. All right, aside from that, we consume it. It's good for, has health benefits and so on and so forth.
Well, some researchers have said that the water also helps to reduce weight and also manage diabetics. Those patients with diabetic patients do take more of the coconut water.
Okay, and then I just like experts say, when there are advantages, there are also disadvantages.
Yes.
The coconut water also has some disadvantages. According to medical experts, taking too much of it, like they say, may lead to diarrhea. It may not good drink for athletes. Aside from not being good drink for athletes, it may not be good for people vulnerable to allergies. All right. Some other disadvantages. One other one was it could lead to low blood sugar, While another one also says too much of it could lead to high blood sugar. Just control your consumption of coconut water, control your consumption of coconut in its entirety.
All right. Don't forget, one of the benefits, according to experts, is that it reduces fatigue and stress.
All right, to the next story tonight. Time there was when people had no worries about quality and safety of fruits they consumed, as their states of ripening were sure not induced. At such times, fruits like mango and star apple could only be consumed if they fell ripe from the tree, while pawpaw and pineapples were plucked at complete ripening. The trend of inducing ripening with chemicals to increase sales has become the new normal, where people do not seem to care about its effect on consumers. Diana Paul in this report spoke to a medical expert on the dangers of ripening fruits with chemicals.
10 or more years ago, it was not expected that digitization and development would bring negative effect to humans. Then, fruit were harvested ripe, either by plugging or when they fall on their own for consumption. But findings show that nowadays, fruits are forced to ripen untimely with the use of chemicals. Shocking, isn't it? For some time now, there has been a growing concern among consumers of fruits and vegetables all over the country following discovery that some sellers use chemicals to ripen fruits in order to make quick money, not minding the health implications of this dangerous act. It is suspected that fruit dealers use chemicals like calcium carbide on mangoes, banana, pawpaw, pineapples, apples, and vegetables to ripen them prematurely for consumption to unsuspecting public. Could this be true?
Serious. Fruit use carbide. Prematurely. Somebody body. I've not heard, I'm just hearing it for the first time. It's not a good thing. Poison. I did very bad. There was one woman that was washing water leaf. Gutter water. She was less concerned. I've been gutter water. I get mobile. When I see value, women go. There was dignity of life.
By this action, unsuspecting consumers buy the fruit with confidence, only to discover that they are not tasty, despite appearing ripe and attractive on the surface.
And I happened to fall victim to one of such incidents. I bought this fruit and I think it was ripened with chemical and I had serious stomach upset.
I was incredible orange. And when I tried, I was about sucking it. I realized that the water content is very small. So maybe those are the characteristics of such fruits. So I'm so they will not take it. If you test the fruits that is used chemical for it to ripe, the taste and the original one that ripes naturally is the difference is clear. But sometimes they just use a black cloth and cover it. That will help it to ripe faster. When we use chemical to apply for this banana, pineapple, it causes carcinogen in the human body.
A medical expert said consuming fruit and vegetables ripened with chemicals can cause cancer, kidney failures, and other serious health problems, and even death.
Method of fruit ripening is very hazardous to health, especially I would talk about calcium carbide, which is one of the chemicals used to hasten the ripening of fruits. This could cause food poisoning, it could cause some forms of cancer, and it also causes gastric irritation.
According to other experts, this practice is injurious to the health of the direct consumers as it is responsible for several ailments.
Mostly used, especially in this part of the country, is calcium carbide. You know, it's explosive, especially when it is hydrolyzed, when they add water. So now, when you apply this carbide, it will bring up this compound that will force this thing to ripen. And most of these chemicals, like the carbide.
But why will people indulge in this act? And how should buyers know fruits that are ripened with chemicals?
All in Nigeria, including Akwa Ibom, is that people, including men and women, are rushing for money. At all costs, whatever means one wants to get money, they have to implement that knowledge.
Wickedness now, or quick access to funds.
A fruit that has been chemically ripened, and one is to look at the color. For instance, a mango fruit will have some patches of green or yellow, unlike a naturally ripened mango fruit, and as well as the taste. When you bite an artificially ripened fruit, the taste will be different from the natural ones.
When you see bananas on the road that are very beautiful, everywhere is yellow, but when you move towards the store, you see that it's greenish. No, that is, it was forced to ripen. In the case of oranges, you can't even squeeze it because it won't be succulent. In case of pawpaw and mango, you see a very fine uniform ripening. Whereas if it is natural, you see spots. Like in pawpaw, you see some places are greenish, some. But since they are climateric, they will continue to ripen.
There is need to be careful when buying fruit and vegetables, as fruit of 500 naira can result in spending a fortune or sometimes death. It is also pertinent for relevant authorities to take necessary steps to stop the practice and bring perpetrators to book. Eyagino Paul, KBC News.
This leaves us questioning the extent some people would go just to, should I call that making ends meet, at the detriment of,
Their
other
health.
people's health, even their health, because even they themselves get to consume those fruits. Yeah.
And there was a workshop we attended by NAFDAC, and we were told that the easiest way you could ripen your fruit, like banana, orange, is for you to put it inside a rice sack where you have rice, covered with rice, and before
With
you know
rice?
it, yes,
Okay.
it will be ripened normally, and it will be, and that will be good for consumption, other than using calcium carbide to ripen your fruits.
Or going by, what we normally do in our households, we usually put it in a sack bag, an empty sack bag. Tie up the sack bag, keep it in a warm place. With time, it gets to ripen, and then you can consume it, and you're eating natural fruit. That report also reminds me of one video that was trending where we were shown how some people fry groundnuts using chemicals. They just sprinkle the chemicals, the groundnut is already fried. Like I questioned earlier, how far will people go just to make money at the expense of other people's health?
Yes, there's this other method which I think I'm yet to try that. We were also told at the workshop that you can use a ripe banana peel, put it inside the bag, tie it, and before you know it, it will emit some chemicals that will also ripen the other bananas instead of using some chemicals. So I think it's worthwhile trying.
Okay. Do the best for the sake of our health. All right, it's time to take a quick break. We have more reports on our lineup. Do stay.
Mary's Laser Academy Foundation nanga nutemema ariraru senemana akama missionary akedi in Nigeria ariwa muwango akparagban memanamba no irarami ayo foundation mi marandutam adinamadinamami yemme amanamba amanita yemanina andito ediongi ko makarante multiple birth children ngoro muni emmo ayinamami bidari tieke usene fiongiba ke fiongbe iswami kibom hall yo nkanika do uba asem ndi toika awo mana metimbo aron sedaro ekutumbo ewori ekoram eri sedara bidara wonda wan akenama mpo anambo kunadu etomamieto akambara wood yenien bukat Mary's Laser Academy Foundation Dr. Glory Ede isamufo.
Welcome back to Sunday News Special. We still have more for you on our lineup like we promoted earlier on.
All right, now the world recently celebrated the International Day of the Girl Child on the theme Invest in Girls' Rights, Our Leadership, Our Well-Being. In Nigeria, unlike several other countries, the girl child has had many rights trampled upon, either ignorantly or just to smite her, one of which is the right to inheritance. In the following report, Mercy Ekere samples opinions of some Uyo residents on the issue, while bringing to the fore the provisions of the Violence Against Persons Prohibition Law 2020.
Inheritance rights, to a great extent, are influenced by the prevailing customs and norms in different parts of the country. The village head of Ibauku in Uyo local government area, Etirong Gabriel Mbeke, as well as some respondents, speak on what obtains in their communities and families.
I'm talking about my own family. They don't give female children inheritance in anything.
My father has shared everything equally because one day trouble may enter and their children may fight. You see, for warrior, if they born Pekin, whether you be girl, whether you be boy, the papa go share if na house, the girl child get her own room where we say she fit stay there, she fit put somebody for the house.
But anything say I'm the family. Before they me mom, he could attention me. But me as a person, give me.
The issue of female inheritance of land and properties can be traced to biblical era, where in Israel, only sons could inherit family property. However, the Bible records that the children of Zelophehad, 5 daughters, asked for their father's inheritance.
Moses said, okay, give me time, let me go back to God and ask. And God said, go and do exactly what they have said. And so Moses had to share an inheritance for these children.
Some respondents who spoke to AKBC News were of the opinion that female children deserve their own share of their father's inheritance.
They're supposed to be given their right fully. Women nowadays build a house for their parents.
My families rights.
And a girl child has the right to inherit what the parents have.
Because they are both from one parent. It's whatever the male child inherits, the girl child should also inherit it.
Personally, I will give my female child inheritance. I also give the male.
I don't know. I didn't know why.
Who say, all of us with our sons.
You see nowadays that most females do take care of their parents, even more than men. So as such, everything should be given equally.
However, other respondents feel daughters should not be assigned shares of inheritance. Okay, we do apologize for that which there. But in all, you know, you heard from the respondents on that report. Some were of the opinion that, you know, the girl child deserves to inherit properties, inherit land, inherit houses, while others were of the opinion that, you know, they are not deserving. Okay. But the law states clearly, I wish we had got to the stage where we listen to the experts talk to us about the provision of the VAP law, which states that the female has as much right as the male child when it comes to inheriting properties, inheriting land, inheriting whatever it is that you are giving to the male child. The experts also encourage that, you know, we parents should endeavor that they leave a will. Right, and I remember her saying that writing a will doesn't necessarily mean you're going to die in the next moment. It's just for you to, you know, create an ambience where there will be peace and harmony in your family when, you know, your children get to share what you have.
Well, I think with the right education now, there's no need for you to deprive a girl child of her rights to the property. After all, she belongs to the family. She also contributes to the family in some way or the other when she grows up. So there's no point denying her of the rights to the father's property as far as she's a member of the family.
All right. We move to the next story now. The state government has called for peace, unity, and support from the 3 senatorial districts of the state to enable it to deliver on its campaign promises. Governor Moino made the call during a thank-you visit to your senatorial district, noting that only a peaceful society can birth development. Government House reporter Patience John says the visit was the last in the series, as the governor had already visited Ikot-Ekpene and Eket senatorial districts.
Certain people of the area for voting him into office during the last gubernatorial election, when Moino promised to run an all-inclusive administration which will have positive impact on the citizens while soon support and peaceful coexistence from all.
We came here this evening, myself, my wife, members of my team, including the Deputy Governor, and all of our team, working together to say to Uyo Senatorial District, in the house of our distinguished political leader, to say to everyone, thank you so much. Thank you so much. First, having endorsed my candidacy, my aspiration, and standing on your 2 legs across party lines. Governor Idan. Damn, you feel no kama and one canary water on you. Say you return on book. Freeway my Karukarante governor Kwaibo. Frignida memo. I might succeed. Mbok. Ya wonder what go you and Ribaka Kwaibo in Karante governor get him fen. Kiriba and Tronini you make it. Kuso kero rekwe ye merinam. Ken kara kero rekwe ye meribre. Aro nyinimino idiom menkarero. Governor Kwaibo State, Abasiene on the first room on Yedami.
Senator from Bab, the political leader of the youth senatorial district, thanked God for Governor Moino's victory at the polls and commended the governor's performance in less than 4 months in office.
I don't know. First of all, Your Excellency, within these few months, you have done well. You people are happy with your administration.
Stakeholders of the senatorial district, including the Secretary to the State Government, Prince Tanabaora, and the Deputy Speaker, Kwabem State House of Assembly, Mr. Kufo Kedidon, in the video messages uploaded Governor Moina for working in tandem with his campaign promises, noting that the policies and programs of his administration have engaged more people to the government and prayed for sustained growth. They promised more support to the state government for more dividends of governance. The people of the Uyo Senatorial District presented gifts to the governor and wife Patience, as well as the deputy governor, Senator Akon Eyarimi, while Abraham Henry was announced as the special assistant to Governor Moino. Governor Moino equally presented a gift to the political leader of the Uyo Senatorial District, Senator Ifeanyi Bah. Patience John, AOKBC News.
All right, Governor Moino there saying thank you to the people of Uyo Senatorial District. That's right, and he has reassured them that he will live up to his campaign promises. Those promises he reeled out during the election, the campaign trail.
Well, I think one point he has rightly made there during the visit was for the people to eschew what they call divide and rule tactics, saying that alone will destabilize his government. So I think there's need for all stakeholders to really support the government for him to be able to deliver within the 4 years in the first instance and the next 4 years in the second
there's
instance.
also need for everyone, no matter your party, come together, join the governor, and let's make the best of our state. All right, to the next story.
Taking the next story here. The resolve to tackle crime and insecurity in the Niger Delta region took the center stage of discussion when Governor Moino hosted the Chief of Army Staff, Lieutenant General Torit Lagbaja, in Government House, Uyo. At the meeting, Akwa Ibom State Government stated commitment to ensuring safe waterways in the state by promising the donation of 14 patrol boats with accessories to ensure safety in the state's waterways. A Government House reporter, Patience John, tells us more.
Chief of Army Staff, Lieutenant General Tarid Lagbaja, on a working tour of military formations in units under the Nigerian Army 6th Division, was received by Governor Moino and other government functionaries. According to the governor, his priority for peace has led to the creation of the Ministry of Internal Security in the state and assured the Chief of Army Staff of the state's readiness to partner the Nigerian Army and other security agencies to fight all forms of criminalities in the state, and mentioned the donation of patrol boats to aid in water surveillance in the state.
For security, that we created the Ministry of Internal Security and Waterways. That is to enable us liaise effectively with security agencies. We feel that we can support the cause of security and strengthen that security in our state, because Akwa Ibom has become a tourist destination, and we believe that security, of course, without it, nothing can ever happen. So we place emphasis on security. We have placed order for additional 14 patrol boats because we want to tackle this insecurity in our coastal areas very seriously. And when this patrol boat is ready, I'm requesting the Chief of Army Staff to please help us make available machine guns and men to be able to mount these patrol boats.
The Chief of the Army Staff, Lieutenant General Tarid Lagbaja, thanked the state government for the support it has been extending to the Nigerian Army 2 Brigade, which is stationed in the state over the years, and for extending same to the 6th Division, which covers the South-South. Lieutenant General Lagbaja said his tour of the military formations in the region was to familiarize himself with the division as well as ascertain the level of preparedness for required operations, while pledging the readiness of the division to address criminal challenges in the state.
I want to thank you for your support and that of the good people of Akwa Ibom State to our formation and the unit 6th Battalion located here in Akwa Ibom. I know a lot that the Akwa Ibom State has done to enhance the operational effectiveness and other activities of our formation and unit. And I also want to reiterate that the Nigerian Army is the people's army. We're at your service. I understand the nature of security challenges in Akwa Ibom State. The troops are available to work in concert with the civil authority and combat these challenges.
Lieutenant General Lagbaja once served as Commander 2 Brigade Uyo before his appointment as the 23rd Chief of Army Staff. Patience John, AKBC News.
All right, collaborations with the Nigerian Army to ensure our waterways are safe, and of course, Akwa Ibom State as a whole is safe. Let's be reminded that the letter S in the ARISE, that's the ARISE agenda of Governor Moino, stands for security. So I'm sure he has so much in stock, and he sees so much he should collaborate with the Nigerian Army.
I think it's a very good idea. In the last administration, we've had that same collaboration where we have the state government donating some Hilux vehicles to even the police, and doing this to the army to police our waterways and save us from incessant attack by sea pirates is a welcome development.
All right, to the next story. Operatives of the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency have taken into custody 2 wanted heads of transnational criminal organizations with a multi-billion naira worth of illicit drugs. The Anti-Narcotics Agency also seized assets from the traffickers after weeks of intelligence-led operations within and outside the country. This was made known today by the agency's Director, Media and Advocacy, Femi Babafemi, at the headquarters in Abuja. Babafemi stated that the duo who concealed cocaine and heroin in their bellies were arrested after its operatives intercepted consignment designated to Paris, France, and Doha at the Nnamdi Azikiwe International Airport, Abuja. Meanwhile, Babafemi said commands across the country are balancing their drug supply reduction operations with the war against drug abuse, advocacy campaigns to schools, markets, worship centers, and communities.
Yes.
The next story.
All assets surveillance contractors say they have uncovered a crude oil tapping point in Ogbanga Olama community in Boni local government area in Rivers State, urging security agencies to immediately investigate the incident. The Secretary, All Asset Surveillance Contractor Forum in Boni Kingdom, Graham Pepu, in a chat with journalists in Port Harcourt on Saturday, said they discovered the illegal loading point on the Trans-Niger pipeline belonging to Shell Petroleum Development Company. Peppercorn and the military, police, civil defense, and all relevant security high commands to investigate the illegal oil loading points sited at Obanga, Oloma community. He said his group was worried that despite the presence of the houseboat stations manned by security agencies around the said location, such criminal acts were ongoing.
Okay, on that note, we've come full cycle on our package tonight on Sunday News Special. It's been a thrilling experience knowing that you were on the other side of the divide, serving our content for you tonight.
And we implore you to stay put some other Sunday to watch our programs. Good night.
Good night.